Hi, my name is Sharon Zellin and I am your Executive Director. Some of you may not have met me yet. Some of you may know me because I personally recruited you onto my personal team. But the rest of you watching this video have not had the opportunity to meet me yet, but we all are part of the same Zellin organization. We're one big family/team. And my job as your executive director is to help you get started and to get you off to a strong start. So there are a couple of tips I wanted to share with you. So first I wanted to say welcome, and you're in for an incredible ride. I promise you, you will love this. I have been with the company for 19 years. It'll be 19 years this November. Crazy. I feel like it was yesterday that I started and got my kit. But I wanted to just share, like I said, some tips and pointers to get you off to a strong start. So what you should be doing right away. Here's the thing. You're going to get a couple of emails from the Pampered Chef home office welcoming you. You're going to get your consultant number, which is something you want to keep, close by, because that's the number we all live and die by. So keep that maybe by your computer, and then your password. You will actually need that password. You can change it at any point, but to log on to Consultant's Corner, you will need your consultant number and your password. So what should you be doing right now? Well, the first thing you need to do is to log on to Consultant's Corner, because there's some great information there. Now, how do you log on to that? So it's www.pamperedchef.com. In the top left corner, it says sign in, and you're going to sign in with that consultant number and that password. And once there, I do not want you to go anywhere except where I'm going to tell you, because to tell you the truth, in 19 years, I still don't know 3/4 of what's on that website. There's a lot of information, and when you have time, you can certainly navigate it, but the last thing I want you to do is to feel overwhelmed. So I'm going to direct you to where you should be and things you should be doing right now. So the fifth tab on the top of Consultant's Corner says training and resources. So that's where new people want to go. And if you hit the drop down, the third tab is going to say Getting Started Resource Center. And that's where new people should be. That's how you're going to get started. And the first thing that's going to come up is your first 7 days. And that'll be right in front of you. And the first thing I want you to do is to set up your order payment account. And what that means is, and there's a link down there, it actually says cha-ching with a $sign. What that simply is when you go and you do a cooking show, people that pay you by credit card, very simple, we put their credit card with their expiration date and their billing zip code on the show, and we'll show you how to do that. But anyone that pays you checks and cash, what are you going to do with that money? First of all, the checks are only made payable to us, the consultants. The Pampered Chef does not take 1 million checks from people. So you're going to take those checks and that cash that you collect at your shows, and you're going to open up a bank account, basically. If you have a checking account that doesn't have a lot of action on it, you don't want to mix it up with your own personal bills, go and open up a free checking account if you don't have an account that, really doesn't have much, activity. So if you do, you go open up a free checking account, not a business account, just a regular free checking account at the bank that you currently bank at, and most of them are free. And you're going to open up that account, and once you do, you're going to click on this hot link under cha-ching, and you're going to sign up for the order payment account. They ask you a couple of questions: the name of the bank account number, the routing number, the address of the bank. And then there's a box that just says, do you want to be directly deposited? Do you want to have your paycheck directly deposited into the same account? If you do, you check the box. If not, you'll put in a separate account that you want to be paid in. And that's it. So your order payment account will be set up. So when you go to submit your first show and you hit submit, the Pampered Chef is going to say to you, you owe us $311. And that payment is for the checks and the cash that you collected. So that money will be deposited in that account that you set up. So when you push send, the Pampered Chef will debit that amount of money that you owe for that show from that account that you told them. So you want to get that set up. Don't worry if you haven't done it by your first show. There's another way that you can pay for that show. For anyone that paid you check or cash, Under the payment, you can use your personal credit card or your personal debit card, and then you could just pay the bill when it comes in from the money that you collected. But you do want to set up an order of payment account. It's much easier, and that's how the Pampered Chef would rather have you do it. And the other thing I want you to do immediately is to set up your website. So you are open for business. You can start receiving online orders, and you could give the hostesses who shows that you have booked a link to send to their friends. So if someone can't make the party, there's a hot link that they can click on and go directly to that hostess's show page. But you can't set up that show on your website if you don't have a website. So the exciting news is you get a free website for 90 days, but you must set it up in the first 30 days. Otherwise, it's not free anymore. So I want you to set that up immediately. And there's a link that says, act now, sign up for your personal website and eBiz tools. Very, very simple. Even if you're not tech savvy, you can set this up in 5 minutes. And if you have any problem, I want you to write down this number, 1-888 Our Chef, OUR Chef. The Pampered Chef is like Best Buy. We have an incredible geek squad, I like to call them. They are there till midnight to answer any technical questions that you may have. So if you're setting it up and you have a problem, you can absolutely call them and not worry that you're bothering them. It's their job to help us. So you'll call technical support if you have an issue, and in 2 seconds they'll help you set up the website. So you've set up your website and you've set up your order payment account. Now you're ready for business. And how do we get business? The best advice that I could give you is you want to call up all of your friends and family and you want to get excited. You want to call them up and say, hey, Susie, it's Sharon. I just started selling Pampered Chef and I'm super excited. I need to book 6 shows in my first 30 days. And of course I thought of you because, and you'll personalize it. For her, it might be because I know you love to entertain, or because I know you love to cook, or because I know you're the president of the PTA and you know so many people. Whatever it is, or because I know you work in a hospital and you have so many different contacts, but you just want to personalize it for the person that you called. And why do I say you want to book 6 shows in your first month? You may have signed on and said you want to do 1 or 2 shows every month because maybe you have a full-time job and you just want to supplement a little bit. That's fine, but here's the thing. The reason you want to start out strong and is to book 6 to 8 shows in your first 30 days is starting out strong, because the odds are if you book 8, 2 will cancel. So let's say you now have 6 shows on your calendar. If you do 6 shows, at the end of that first 30 days, you're going to have a nice paycheck. With the average show on Long Island, if you do 6 shows, you'll probably earn close to $200 at each show that you do. So you'll make probably around $1,000 in your first month. And you may say, this was amazing. I loved it. And this $1,000 was an incredible help to myself and my family. And I want to continue doing that. Or you may say, you know what, 6 shows was a little too much for me. I want to do, 3 or 4 shows, which is fine. But by doing those 6 to 8 shows in your first 30 days, you have gained the skills and the confidence to move forward. And then you can make a decision as to whether or not you liked it, if it was too many to do in 1 month, but at least you've gotten the confidence and you've learned the skills. If you do 1 or 2 shows in your first month, it's hard to tell if you like it, and it's hard to get good at it. It's like when you have a full-time job and you have your first day of work. You show up, and after the first day, everyone says to you, well, how was it? Well, you don't know. You just started. You're confused. You're overwhelmed. And this is no different. It's a job. So if you do a bunch of shows in your first month, you'll get comfortable. If you only do 1 or 2, or if you only book 2 and 1 cancels and you're left with 1, you're not sure. You're not sure if you like it. You don't feel comfortable doing the next one. So that's why booking 6 to 8 in your first 30 days is so critical. Because like I said, if you book 8, chances are you'll lose 2, because that's just the law of averages. It's just the way that it is. Things come up. People get sick. Their kids get sick. Something unexpected happens and they have to cancel. So by booking the 6 to 8, you'll be pretty much guaranteed that you'll have a full show schedule in your first 30 days, and you'll make a nice paycheck. And on top of that, if you look on that Getting Started Resource Center, your first 7 days, it talks about the first thing is set your first goal. You'll see a hot link for Pampered Chef dollars, because not only do you get paid in commission, But the first 90 days, in addition to earning commission, you're also going to earn Pampered Chef dollars. And those dollars can be used to buy products, they can be used to buy supplies. So if you sell $12.50 in your first 30 days, you will earn not only a paycheck, but you'll earn 100 Pampered Chef dollars to use for whatever you want. So why do we want you to get started strong? So you can earn that paycheck and earn 100 Pampered Chef dollars. So only good can come out of starting out strong. So I want you to call me if you have any questions. I want you to call your recruiter, your director. If you have any questions, I am here for you, 24/7. I'm one of those people that sleeps with their cell phone. My cell phone number is 516-398-0824. You can certainly email, and I'm here to support you and help you get started. And your success is my success, and we will meet each other soon. Thanks so much.